What's up, YouTube? We're going to do another little video game video today. Today, I wanted to talk about the 5 reasons the PlayStation 4 is the greatest console of the past generation. Maybe of all time. Alright, let's get into it. PS4! I'm a big PlayStation fan. You guys know that. I talk about PlayStation pretty much anytime I talk about video games. PlayStation guy. Started with the PS2. I never had a PS1, actually. I was an N64 kid. I think that was actually, in my opinion, the better system at the time. But starting with the PlayStation 2, PlayStation, for me, has really been the way to go for the most part. So today, I wanted to talk about the 5 reasons I think the PlayStation 4 is the best one so far, and maybe the best one ever. Certainly the winner of the past generation. So let's get into it. Reason number 1, and this one's sort of just opinion, but the controller and the controllers. So my complaint about the last couple systems of PlayStation and their controllers was that you really didn't have any variety. Well, that stopped. Now this generation, you got new colors pretty much every couple months. Here's my awesome gold one. And compared to the PS2 and the PS3 controllers, I haven't broken any PS4 controllers. Now, some people may have broken some or had problems with theirs, and I've seen complaints online. But in my opinion, this is like the sturdiest, the least broken one. I mean, I have a 5. He was 5, I guess, when we got it, or 4 when we got it. But I have a kid who's been using the same controller, a little kid, for a long time, and it still looks pretty new. This one's mine. We have separate controllers because kids are sticky. But look at this. 2 years or whatever. When did I get this? Maybe a year ago? Year and a half? Still looks new. Played hundreds of thousands of hours on this. Dropped it a bunch of times. Not a scratch on it. Perfection. The other cool thing about the controllers is they've been redesigned. So the nice grippies back here. It's nice. I like the finish here. I like all the colors of the sort of copper gold looks awesome. I love the triggers. The updated triggers are awesome. All the buttons feel good. Now, the PlayStation buttons always feel good, but this one just feels a little better, a little more premium. Now, the cost was high. There was like $60, $65, but they're about $45 now, which I think is a good price point for them at this point. They're Bluetooth, so you can connect them to your phone for remote play, which we'll get into later. And you can connect them to anything really that's Bluetooth. So if you're remote playing on your phone, you can do that. You can connect them to your Vita to play on your Vita. Really, really cool. Pretty much, so far, in my opinion, the best controller PlayStation's come out with. And it sounds like the PS5 controller is going to be even better. So the controller, for me, is number 1 reason why PlayStation was the winner of the last generation, and the PlayStation 4 was probably the best one yet. Number 2, hardware. Anytime you see a video online, you're going to see captured from PS4 Pro. PlayStation just looked better this generation. It's the best looking system ever to come out that's a gaming console. Yes, you can have a better looking PC, clearly, but consoles, best looking console ever. PS4 Pro particularly, tons of hardware, just such a beast, and everything looks good on it. It's also not terribly expensive. I want to say the PS4 Pro is $299 now, maybe $349 for 1 terabyte, and it's, I mean, that's pretty cheap. That's kind of what consoles cost when I was a kid, and this thing is a beast. Clearly has the best graphics. Everything's sort of upscaled. If you've got a 4K TV, I mean, you could get a 4K resolution out of it. Just such a good-looking system. Really, just so good. So the hardware, particularly, is the other reason. It blows Xbox and Nintendo Switch out of the water. It's the best-looking system of this generation of all time. The best-looking console of all time. Number 3, the exclusives. PlayStation really knocked it out of the park with the exclusives. Xbox 360 had great exclusives, as did the PS3. They were neck and neck for a long, long time. But Xbox exclusives, although Gears 5 looks sweet, didn't really hold up this time around. PlayStation 4 exclusives, however, were amazing. First, we got Uncharted 4, which is, oh my god, like an amazing game in an already amazing series. Uncharted 4, incredible. God of War, holy crap. Best God of War game ever. One of the best games ever. God of War, good lord. Spider-Man, how good was Spider-Man? I bought the system for Spider-Man, honestly. Wow. Wow, how good was Spider-Man? Horizon Zero Dawn, Gran Turismo, all that stuff. All the PlayStation mainstays that really just kind of, put me back particularly to the PS2 days, but now it's like, oh no, here's better. Here's better. We're going to upscale this for you. So really the exclusives, particularly PS4 exclusives, I felt were just incredible. And I've got them all. I've got a big library of games, big library of PlayStation stuff, and it's all great. I just keep going back to it, and it's phenomenal. I loved the exclusives this generation of PlayStation. I thought they were fantastic. PlayStation 3 exclusives were fine. They were plenty good. PlayStation 4 exclusives, though, were, oh my god, like some of the best games ever. I don't know that I've ever played a game as much as I enjoyed as much as I enjoyed Spider-Man. Just incredible. Oh my gosh. So good. If you haven't played it, pick it up. It's great. All the PlayStation exclusives are great. They're all great. Pick them all up. Number 4, remote play. This is a thing I'm just getting into, but holy crap. Okay, so I just got a Vita. And you're going to say, well, Thomas, the Vita came out like in 2012. Yeah, it did. And it had remote play. It had a remote play feature for the PS3, but there were only a couple games really that worked for it, and it's okay. I mean, you connect to the PlayStation 3 and play around in the menus and stuff, and that was fine, but it just wasn't really set up for that. PlayStation 4, you can play everything remote play, and oh my god, is it awesome. I was playing Mortal Kombat 11 on this thing. It looks great. It feels great. It plays great. Now, you don't have L2, R2 buttons, which kind of stinks, but these are your R1 buttons. So to block, you have to hold the touch screen. It's not too bad. And you have to hold both of them to do your special move. It's not too bad. It's actually not bad at all. Works out okay. And it doesn't really affect the play at all. Like, it's a little tougher to play on a little handheld like this, but once I got used to it, it's kind of tearing through towers, same as I would on anything else. And if I wanted to, I could hook up my controller to it and prop this up and play actually with the controller on the Vita. But for me, this is really nice because I really like Mortal Kombat, but I have little kids, and I can't grind out my Mortal Kombat towers with the kids being awake. But if I have a handheld thing that they can't see and it's in my hand, I play whatever I want. And as long as the kids aren't standing over my shoulder, and to be honest, it's a little small, it sort of, I feel like it tones down the violence because of the smallness of it all. And, it's better for me. I can play Mortal Kombat while the kids are around and they don't see it. I'm still grinding out the towers. It's amazing. Same thing. God of War looks great. It looks great too on the Vita. Really does. Plays great too. Pretty much no lag. It's like playing just with a littler control. Might have to get some grips for it because that's been a little difficult. But it's really like just such a cool experience. It turns on the PlayStation and then it's like, oh, okay, we're just going to beam it to your Vita and you can play. How awesome is that? So awesome. The answer is so awesome. Plus, there's a great library of games for the Vita as well to take it with you. But remote play, particularly on the Vita, super good. Hopefully it gets better too on phones. I don't really have a phone that's new enough that it plays well. But, if I had like a beefy tablet or something, it would work great. I'm sure, because it works great on the Vita. So, anyway, that's my 2 cents on that. And the last thing, number 5, is price. Price for the entire generation. So, PlayStation learned its lesson. The PS3 was super expensive. The biggest one with the biggest hard drive, which really wasn't even that big, it was only 60 gigabytes, was like $600 when it came out. And it came out a year after the Xbox 360, which was, everybody already had an Xbox. I think when the PS3 came out and it was $600, Xbox was like $299. Like, you could get one for like the base model for like $299. So the PS3 was double the cost. So PlayStation learned it from its mistakes. They came out, and I want to say the biggest one was $400, was $399, and then by PlayStation 4, I want to say, came out in like March. And then by Christmas time that year, you could get a bundle for $349 that came with Uncharted or came with, I think, whatever else. It had Battlefront, maybe. I think there were 2 bundles. And they were like $349. And it was priced amazingly. It was priced great. So you got a game and a system for $349. They can be picked up now because so many of them sold and they made so many different variations of them. They can be picked up now for like $200. $200. You can have the best gaming system ever. Really just the whole price for the whole generation. Not just the systems too, but the price of the games has always been fair. Yes, new games are $60. But within a couple of months after those new games come out, they drop down to $40, $50, sometimes $30, sometimes even cheaper. Sometimes they have awesome sales all the time on the PlayStation Online. And you can get awesome games for nothing. Like some of the best games, like Horizon Zero Dawn came out in 2017. I picked it up in 2018, maybe like 7 months after its release for $20. I think it's still $15 now. And it's honestly one of the best looking, best playing. It's one of the best games ever. It's $15. Same thing. Spider-Man, I want to say, is $30 now. Amazing game. 2018 release. Amazing. One of the best games ever. One of the best games of the generation. And you probably find it on sale or used for way less than that. God of War. I got it Father's Day weekend. The download. $20. 2018 release. 7 months later, 8 months later. $20. The prices and the ability to have games and build a library has never been less expensive than it was on the PS4. You got super great titles for practically nothing. I mean, practically nothing. They were, $20 here, $15 there. That's unheard of for games the size and scope of what they are. We used to pay $60 for a game that you could maybe finish in 2 hours. I'll never forget the day that I ran to get, because I liked the first one so much, I ran to get one of the newest Star Wars games to come out. And I finished it that day in 3 hours, and it was glitchy and buggy, and it was terrible. It was, I'll never forget it. And I was like, I paid $60 for this. This is awful. Now I paid $20 for God of War a little bit after it comes out, and it's amazing. And one of the best games I've ever played in my entire life. And I'm still playing it, and I only paid $20 for it. That is value for the, 70, 80 hours I'm going to put into it. Awesome. Awesome. So the value for everything this generation, particularly the PS4, has been fantastic. The system, the games, there's tons of great free-to-play games, too. If you think of I know these are on multiple systems, but Apex Legends and Brawlhalla and Fortnite and what else is out? Genesis. A whole bunch of stuff is out now, and it spawns all genres and everything. It's like MMOs, anything you could think of, free to play. If you don't even want to spend money, I'm just gonna, play some battle royale games and play this free MMO and whatever else. It's fantastic. It's really a great value generation. I can't say enough good things about the PS4 and the whole generation. I know the Xbox One, I'm not really crapping on it. It was fine for what it was. I felt like they didn't have the greatest exclusives, and the system was a little underpowered. It's also, the Xbox One X is the most expensive system on the market at the moment, too. So priced wasn't as good, but it was perfectly fine as well. I'm not saying the Xbox wasn't good. The Xbox 360 was phenomenal. It was a better system than the PS3, but this round, PS4 wins, and I think PS4 is so far the best system to ever come out ever. Just need to get some of that backwards compatibility going. Help me out with that, PlayStation. PS5, backwards compatible. You can do it. Anyway, guys, that's going to do it for me. Thanks so much for watching. Please make sure you like and subscribe. Cheers to you. I'll see you next time.